Hi, I'm Devin Tilley, the president owner of Mountain View Window and Door, and I'm here with
Bev Hutter with Mountain View Window and Door.
So Bev is my hardware guru here at Mountain View, and we focus on the architectural collection by Anderson and partner that up with Rocky Mountain Hardware. And what you see here, Bev, is when we put that up there, that handle is the premium finish that you can get with this Anderson E-Series door. This is a bi-parting from the E-Series Anderson Architectural Collection. And this is our first prototype that Bev is working with Rocky Mountain, where kind of tell us the story about how Rocky Mountain works and on how you were able to get this tiny little handle that is the premium that we can get with the door to what you see on this door today.
We had a job that we did that required, they wanted this look and they wanted something that would be compatible. So we came up with this design, and Rocky Mountain made this for the customer. They had two sets of bi-parting doors here, like this. And they wanted something beefy that looked nice, and it exemplified the kind of quality that was in the home.
And the hardware existing in the house kind of had this type of design, right? So you worked with Rocky Mountain to work within their, what's 1 7/8" back plate, and you can get these round or square, as well as talk through the color and the designs, kind of what Rocky can do into a kind of production door system to really make this a one-of-a-kind look, right?
This hardware is made with what's called white bronze, and this is the white bronze medium color, which is has a little darker finish to it. And on the inside, this particular customer wanted the white bronze brushed, so it looks almost like a satin nickel.
And we'll move the camera to the inside after we get done talking on the outside to show you the split finish.
And you can see that this hardware is what Anderson sells as their premium for this door and finish. It's kind of an antique brassy color, and the actual material is made out of cast brass.
So we work really close with Anderson, and we're on their advisory council and on their R&D community. And as Anderson has bought formerly Eagle, and they have all these different hardware, it's really this blend of these one-of-a-kind casted products through Rocky Mountain versus a mass-produced handle type. And a lot of our designers, and when we work, they love these big door systems, but this is not good enough for the handles. So Mountain View has taken that upon ourselves to work to be the facilitator with Anderson and Rocky Mountain and put those together, right, Bev?
That's correct.
And we're always, with that, you always have challenges along the way, and Mountain View recognizes that, and we are the leaders to work through the challenges like this first prototype. We're redesigning that. Why are we redesigning this one?
This one's going to be redesigned so that it will come within 2.5-inch projection to leave room for the screens. As you can see, this has a large projection, but boy, it sure makes the door operate easier.
Yeah, it's such a big difference versus this little handle that was hard to grab or this. So if you don't want screens and you want a larger projection, we can have that custom made at Rocky Mountain. But we also are doing the testing here in our showroom and really understanding the differences and working out the kinks to where, like the screen, if you do want a screen, this is not the handle for that. So let's we'll turn this off and go on to the inside and talk through a few of the details. What do you think?
Sounds good. Again, you can see the difference in this hardware. It's dramatically different, and how nice this operates.
It's really amazing how nice that does operate.
And then now it's locked.
And that's such a cool little, versus, the little side latch deal that you use with this. That's really just really nice looking. And talk through with your, when you're designing this, why you did the offset.
The offset, this was done with an offset so that this would operate easily right here.
Yeah, because if it was a straight pull, it'd be hard.
You'd have to reach around behind it.
Which can be done, so you just know we can do it both ways, right?
And maybe the offset, when next time we do it, may not be as dramatic as this. Doesn't have to be this far, it only has to come
Sure. But that's the beauty of Rocky Mountain, right? Is we made this to match the hardware on a house, that they're flowing with this, but we can design a lot of different things. Because the back plate on this is another thing that when I saw this I'm not in love with, because our back plate is coming into the glazing stop. Now, being the experts at Mountain View, we do know you can get this as a contemporary stop that would be squared off. That will help this profile look a little bit better. I'll overlay that on the screen so you can see a close-up of that. But a smaller back trim kit, maybe a little bit sexier or cleaner on this particular biparting door, because our styles are so small, which is what people want now. They want as much glass as they and we can do different backplates. It just comes at a higher price, and that's what we're trying to recognize that at Mountain View, is say, you know, we know people will pay more for this because, you know, this compared to this is night and day, right?
That's right.
But we also got to recognize there's a price to everything, so we got to work through the different details to work within Rocky Mountain standard plates or custom plates and know the differences, right? And that's what you're kind of educating the Mountain View family about, and really bridging that gap so that we can order these door systems with Weiland and all the other stuff in the Anderson family of brands and get the same hardware or split finish like we did on this display. What color is this here, Brad?
This is called white bronze, light and brushed. It has a brushed look to it that gives it a look of almost like a satin nickel type. And this is a living finish, so there's no lacquer or anything on it. It's living.
Yeah, and that's such a big difference between these, because this is still standard. It just has a finish over it to kind of give it that look. But when you look at that compared to a real finish, it definitely is noticeable. Wouldn't you say that, and kind of elaborate?
Yes, this almost looks like it has a painted finish of sort, but it's not. But it's this exemplifies real quality, and we're selling this real quality door, and we want it to fit.
Yeah, and so we're going to be working and putting these on the displays. We want to work with Rocky Mountain and Anderson for you guys to work with us and be the place to work through these details. As Anderson and Mountain View both says, we want to own the high end of the market, and to own the high end of the market, you got to take these hood ornaments because of this big, beautiful door. The idea of the door is to have all the glass to see those mountain views, right?
Correct.
But within that, you don't want a gaudy, crappy piece of hardware here if you're putting this into a luxury home. Rocky Mountain is the right place for that. So Mountain View is going to get this right and get the trim kits and the options and get this out there to where Rocky Mountain is on the Anderson Architectural Collection. Wouldn't you say, Bev?
Absolutely.
So, and I think Bev and I are kind of the perfect people for you at Rocky Mountain and Anderson to work together and get us these trim kits. I know you guys are exclusively making the Weiland door, and I'll go over and show a pan of the big Weiland door we have in our showroom. But what we're trying to say is I've lived and breathed the formerly Eagle and the Anderson line, and then now I've teamed up with Bev Hutter. Or tell us the quick 1974 Interstate Hardware today on how long you've been doing this hardware stuff in Colorado, Bev.
25 years. I owned the Interstate Hardware Company, builders, hardware, etc. And then for 12 years had Hutter Wholesale Hardware, and we dealt with builders and contractors. And
so I would say, Bev, I've never met anybody that knows how to, 10B brass and do all this stuff to really make hardware that I honestly didn't know anything like this was available a few years ago. I mean, it was
right.
MTech was the top, and the old C handle, you get the Classico or the C, and that's all they can do. Well, Bev is way entrenched into knowing, and then we can really make the package work together. Because when you're standing on the inside of the house, it's not good enough for Mountain View to just say the door hardware is just going to be different than the rest of the house. Not true. It's different, but yet this detail can match your levers and the rest of the house to where it's different but the same, right?
Correct.
So this is an R&D kind of test video with Devin and Bev at Mountain View. We want to work with you, Anderson and Rocky Mountain. So step up to the plate, get us some trim kits in this showroom so that we can take Rocky Mountain, the Anderson Architectural Collection in Colorado, and own the high end of the market. What do you say?
Absolutely, that's where we're going, and we're gonna do it.
Thanks.